Today I'm going to be going through some of the emails I've gotten. I'm just kind of working through these. You'll see these in some of the videos coming out here as I've been going through my inbox and trying to clear it out, but I just feel like I got to answer some of these questions here. Even though I told myself I'm just going to delete emails because I'm getting too many of them and I just can't keep up with all of them. But I feel like there's a few of these that I need to answer with some video, and I need to do it now. So I'm sitting here at my desk and doing this format here. So this one is from Grant. So Grant says, "Hey John, I've emailed you a few times now. I'm Grant, an avid follower of yours who really enjoys hearing what you have to say. I'm serious. I literally tell myself in the back of my mind on a daily basis, what would John do in this situation, trying to associate your perspective thoughts together?" Okay, so I have to tell you guys a little bit about Grant. I've praised him a lot. I think he's really cool guy, young guy who is just on the right track, I think, as far as the way he's thinking, building business, like doing all kinds of great stuff. And he's struggling, I think, with a lot of things that a lot of you may be struggling with, a lot of really good philosophical questions in life, right? I've answered some of his questions and whatnot. And so, I hope, Grant, that you can appreciate that I am making, a video about you, but I think you just exemplify a great example that a lot of people your age need to follow, and I want to help you. I want to help you as much as I can here. So anyway, let's move on here. He says, "Although I don't agree with you on everything, you are someone who I aspire to be, being a different version, though not exactly like you, of course." Well, I don't know if you could be exactly like me, but hey, I will take all of that as a compliment. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate it. So, John, I'm having a deep sense of trouble in questioning who I am as a person. Okay. No victim mindset here, but I feel like most of my peers in college are just not at the wisdom or even want to develop some of the Bulldog mindset. I'm not saying everyone has to be a self-dev guru, but my motivations and aspirations in life are beyond the college years. Okay, this is great and this is fine and this is good, and you should find this continually throughout life. You're not going to find many people that are on the path that you're on, and that's okay. And it's also good because you need to have a touch of the reality that other people have as well. Okay. So don't worry about this. It's okay. I have I have a very large diversity of friends. Okay. You could see me. There are people that I would hang out with that are obviously on the path of wisdom and philosophy at an intellectual level. Okay. I mean, I hang out with programmers who some of them have no wisdom. They're just very smart, and I can talk shop and talk about programming and talk about science and technology and all that stuff. And that's fine. Okay. And I could say, well, these people aren't into personal development at all, but I gain something from that. Okay. There are people that I speak to that maybe not be so book smart, necessarily like in traditional academic sense, but they are wise and they think about things in life, and they are spiritual to some degree, and I gain some benefit from them. And then there are people that I hang out with that are neither. They're just good people. They're just fun. Just have fun. We just go out and we just have a good time. Some of my older friends and we just hang out. Okay. And I just enjoy doing stupid shit and being mindless and just laughing mindlessly with them. And so why am I telling you this? Because I want you to understand that you're not going to necessarily, it doesn't have to be all these people match up with you, and it's okay that you're more advanced and that you're seeking things in the right things and you're on the right path and other people aren't. Okay. They don't all have to be on this path. Like, you're going to be a rare person. Okay. And it's okay. Okay. And here's the other piece of this, that why I'm trying to tell you this is because it doesn't mean that you need to not associate with all these other people. And you might say, well, John, wait a minute. Didn't you do this video here? We'll point to this video where you said about your friends, right? Didn't you do multiple videos where you get rid of deadbeat friends, people who aren't on the same path of you? Yes, but it doesn't mean that you don't have associations. You can still interact. You can still have fun. You can still have acquaintances and, maybe some casual friends with these other people, because it's going to enlighten you, because you're going to see how other people think, and you're going to gain some perspective and some things from that you wouldn't get if you just isolate yourself only with the people that have the same kind of thinking as you, as good as that thinking or as wise as it is. Okay. So that's what I would say about that is don't worry about this. This is okay. I want to develop my social skills, become a better man. Just bought The Rational Male. Cool. Guys, go buy that book if you haven't already. Rollo Tomasi. And understand what being a real man is like. So I'm not saying the party scene is completely out, and I think it's bad to be in the party scene. I just aspire to really maximize my blessings, my gifts, and all the things I've been given in this world to a maximum. Okay, so this is a little bit difficult. So I look at your videos and I look at you and the way that you're interacting, and you haven't found that yet. So this is good that you want to develop your social skills and become a better man and understand what it's like to be a real man. I think this is good. I think you need a little bit more confidence, right? I think you need a little bit more aggression and assertiveness in what you're doing and saying. And you're developing that. I'm seeing this come along, but this is your area, and many of you guys' area of weakness that you need to develop is you need to go out there and you need to face some things. You need to get into some shit. Okay, you need to go and maybe it's, there's a lot of things that you could do to develop this. Maybe it is going out and picking up girls. Maybe that's it, because that's going to require you to be rejected. It's going to require you to build up some confidence, and you'll become more of a man of the world by doing that, by understanding, by putting yourself in these social situations, difficult ones, and dealing with them. So maybe that's it. Okay, maybe it's that you need to join Fight Club. Maybe you need to join some kind of martial arts or some kind of, and I wouldn't say martial arts, like MMA or kickboxing or Muay Thai or something like that, or boxing, where you're going to get punched in the face, where you're going to hang out with guys that are going to challenge you and that are going to make you stronger and make you feel like one of the boys, one of the men. Okay, maybe it's going and hunting. Maybe it's one of those things. Maybe it's playing some kind of a rough sport. Okay, you need to find something like that, and maybe multiple of those things, in order to develop you as a man, so that you can actually go out there and have that confidence. Okay, you're young yet. It's fine. I didn't find these things until much later in life. Right. Even if you watch my videos and the progression, you can see some of those points where I actually found that, where I gained that confidence and that perspective in life. And so, but that is something that will help you a lot. This is something that, as I'm interacting with you and realizing that this is something that you need. And this is good. You're on the path to do this and you're taking those steps, and it's good. You just have to take it to the next level. Okay. You've got to really internalize these things. Okay. And really work on this, and you'll get there. But think about this. Think about ways that you can toughen up, right? As a man, that you can put yourself in some difficult situations that are going to force you to become that man, not that kind of squeamish little boy. You see what I'm saying? Like, what is it going to take? Where's your ferocity? Ferocity is, I don't know if that's the word, but maybe also, another aspect of this is changing how you look, how you dress, how you act. Go to the gym, lift some weights, right? I mean, you're probably doing that already, but gain some muscle, gain some, get some contacts if you got. I can't remember if you have glasses. Like, do some things. Get something that's going to give you that image, right? And the reason why I say that is not just to make you like be fake or look the part, is because by doing that, like, changing your appearance changes your psychology. When you see yourself as a fucking badass, masculine man, you're going to act more like that, and you're going to develop that identity. And this is critical. So look at yourself, like, take a picture, okay, and say, what can I do? How can I make myself look more like a fucking badass? Okay. And I know this sounds superficial and dumb to some of you that are watching this, but it will make a difference in your behavior and your psychology. Okay. But like, we can change ourselves from the outside and from the inside, either way, right? If we change our identity, our outside appearance will change as well. But if we change our outside appearance, it can also affect our identity. And so we want to use both of those levers. We want to change what we think about ourselves, okay, from an internal perspective, reading good books, right? Thinking about these things, challenging ourselves, this kind of internal growth. But we also want to use any external cues that we can as well, okay? And so by combining those things, you're going to find that masculinity. And I'll do more videos on becoming a man. I need to probably create a whole series, even a book on this, because I think this is something that, especially with the fucking Gillette commercial, we need more in society. So, all right, let's move on here. Is my thinking wrong here, man? You talk about this a lot, not living by other standards. Hell, I created a damn video on that about women and related to cybersecurity. You've seen the video. My own mother and father, who are mostly supportive, had told me that college is the only way and that I should simply have fun as I am in college and stop focusing on my career so much. Join the Greek system, Grant. Again, I focus on my career and build social skills at the same time. I can't do it though, man. It is my nature to be and continue to be someone who goes for it. I feel like it's my responsibility to finish college as they're funding it too. So, a few things to unpack here. I like your parents actually because they are encouraging you to go and party and to be because I think they see the same thing that I see, which is that somehow you need to find this stepping into your manhood. Okay. And you're going to be on this quest, I think, for a while, but you'll find it. You're growing. You're going to find it. I'm confident, you will find this. Okay. Do some of the things I said. So I think that's part of it. Okay. But I'm going to start off at the end part, which is about this whole, like, it's your responsibility to finish college as they're funding it. No, it's not your responsibility. Okay. You get to live your life. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to please anyone. Your parents might be upset with you. They might be upset with me. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay. That's this is being your own man, is making your choice. Now, don't be stupid and don't be lazy. Okay. And, if you are taking money from your parents to go to school, you should use it to go to school, right? It's being a man of honor in that case. If you're already in school and you're already part of the way through it, like I tell most people, just fucking finish it. Like, finish what you started. If you're on your first year or second year and you've got a lot to go, make a decision and then stick to that decision. And whatever decision you make, it's your decision. It's fine. It's no one else's decision. Okay. Now, if your parents invested in you, okay, and you need to pay them back because they invested 2 years of wasted money, that's a different thing. Okay, then that's another choice that you make. Now, let's talk about some of the other things that you said here, as far as not living by other standards. Okay, your parents, you're kind of questioning this idea. If should you just go to college, like they said, simply have fun and stop focusing on your career, right? Join the Greek system. I did a video actually on this, but not focus on your career and build your social skills. So you can have it all, okay? And you might focus on different things at different times, all right? Don't just be an idiot that just goes to school and has a good time. That's just a fucking waste of your life, all right? I would rather see you not go to school and hustle really hard for fucking 4 years and not have a social life and build a business so that your life from then forward will be awesome. I'd rather see you do that. Now, am I saying that's the best path? Not necessarily. I think in your case, you can do both. I think you can have it all. I think you can, if you're willing to hustle and you're willing to put in the work like you are, you can hustle really fucking hard and you can still develop a social life to some degree. Okay. And you can still finish up school. You can do all of these things if you want to. Okay. What you're going to sacrifice is some of the stupid time watching TV and doing stupid shit that other people do. And you're going to have to be smart about it, right? You can't go out all the time, but you can go out. You can go out. You can have a good time. You can have friends. You can do things like that. You can develop those social skills. Okay. But it's not necessary. It's definitely not necessary at this stage, right? What's critical now is, and this is the thing, okay, that people don't understand about compounding interest. Okay. It always comes off of the backside. So what do I mean by that is whatever time that you waste in compounding interest, it doesn't come off, you waste it off the front, but it costs you off the back where it's the most valuable. Okay. And so why am I saying this in regards to this is because the things that you do now, like building a business, right? Like focusing on your career and developing that and working hard, being in hustle mode, those things are going to benefit you much later in life. And so the longer you delay that, the less that you're going to get the compounding effect of doing that. So you're off to a good start. You just need to pick some things to master and to focus on. Okay. And if you work on those things, like I said, you can be working on the business while going to school and say, okay, I'm really going to work on the social aspect, right? I'm going to work on this particular thing and start working on that specifically. And I think you've got the time and you can do this, right? If you choose to drop out of school, I think that's a fine choice as well. You've got to choose what you want to do and not worry about what other people think about that. And don't do what you're necessarily supposed to do. It goes on to say, my heart is not in college. I found an identified gap in this industry, cybersecurity. The degree is a waste of time. I don't just say this either. I wake up at 5:30 a.m. and bust my ass to ensure I am an action taker and not one of, quote, those coming up with BS. I know, however, sometimes you just got to do both until you have the results to back you up. Until then, you have to be in college, question mark? No, you don't. Again, your parents aren't going to like this, but it doesn't fucking matter. You don't have to go to college. Your life is not going to be fucking ruined if you don't go to college. You can quit college. Just if you focus on what you're doing and filling in this gap of the industry that you found, you will be successful. Okay, or at least you will have taken your shot. You will have a very high chance of success. If you can, I firmly believe if you continue to work hard and continue to focus, and every day you're working towards your goal, you will build a business that will be able to feed you, okay, and sustain you. It's not that hard to do, honestly, as long as you're willing to put in the work. Okay, and it sounds like you are. So if you make that choice, that's fine. Okay, if you want to stay in college at the same time, it's okay. It's also a fine choice. I'm not going to complain about that. If I were in your situation, I would probably just do the business side of it, honestly. But either way is fine. You have to make your own choice here. Okay. He says, for girls, this definitely sounds like the scarcity mindset, but I am more mature than them, and I am in no means superior at all. Okay, I get what you're saying. Just a little bit further along in my maturity, I am thinking about myself as a man and not a boy who goes to parties and smokes weed. I don't watch porn, and I am not in the hookup scene. I am and need to be patient with that. So, couple things I would say. Again, these are not advice that you're probably going to get from somewhere else. I don't think that you need to drink and smoke weed. You might want to party a little bit. I think that might help you. Okay, especially to build some confidence in women. Being in the hookup scene, I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing to some degree. Like, as long as you don't let it rule your life, but it could build up some confidence as a man when you have some success in that area. That I think is worth having some conquest in that area. Again, most people aren't going to give you this advice, and they're going to not be happy that I'm giving you this advice. But what can I say? I mean, this is honestly what I think. This is the truth. So as far as being more mature than the women that are around you, of course, and you should be the man. And that's okay. It's not a big deal. Girls in their 20s are going to be party girls in their 20s, a lot of them, right? Don't look for this is a screening process right now. You're learning. Think about this as this whole thing is, you're not even screening for like a serious relationship. You should be screening to figure out who the fuck you are and who you want to be, honestly. And a good way to do that is to see how you act and what your interactions are around these quote immature girls. It's fine. They don't have the same kind of duty in life that you do as a man, honestly. Like, again, we can get into some things that people will call sexist, but I'm going to say that you as a man have a much higher responsibility in life in general and what is expected of you. And so you must have a higher sense of quote maturity. Okay. But there's some perspectives. Again, don't confuse maturity. Okay. And don't confuse right or wrong. Again, you said that you don't think you're superior, and I agree. That's fine. But don't confuse masculinity with being right and femininity with being immature, because it can seem that way a lot, right? Because the masculine aspect is very much about achieving things and getting things done and analyzing and being analytical, where the feminine is very much about the flow and about the emotional sense and being in the now and the present. Okay. And there's value in both of those things. Okay. And so some of the behaviors that you may be seeing as flighty and flaky and immature are just feminine expressions of dance and expressing herself and emotion and now. And these are parts of life that you as a man lack to some degree and will appreciate. So that's a way to look at it. Again, this comes back to what I said earlier in the email about the groups of friends and being more mature than them and your peers and everything. And again, it's the same thing. Like you need to be the guy that is the wise sage. Okay. This is how I would think of it. And you're standing and you're watching all these fools. Okay. But you're not judging them as fools. Instead, you're like, how can I grow wiser? By interacting with them, by learning from them. Okay, not even in the sense of superiority, but in the sense of like, it's great that I have this perspective, and I want to grow my perspective even further, and I'm going to go and interact with them, and I'm going to spend some time and learn and develop myself in other areas that I don't have, right? Because some of these idiots that are partying and smoking weed, well, they've learned how to let loose. they've learned some things. They know some things that you don't know. Okay. And they have some of the vibrance and joy of life that maybe you're lacking, right? So again, I don't say go and just become a partier smoking weed all the time and forgetting about your objective. It's the balance. It's being able to find and grow and develop in all these areas in life. So okay, that's enough about that. So part of me wants to buy a one-way ticket with a backpack, laptop, and 2 or 3 pairs of clothes and really truly understand who I am as a person. So here's the wrong thing to do, okay? I want you to understand this. So many people are trying to find themselves. Wrong. Make yourself. What do I mean by this? I mean that you get to decide who you want to be. Your quest, your mission should not be to figure out who you are. It should be to figure out who you want to be, okay? To evaluate, to look at things, to take in the wisdom and philosophy of the world and develop your own philosophy in order to develop your own life and to become what you want to become. Everything that I am today is orchestrated by myself, okay? I have decided who I wanted to become, and I have taken the steps, the actions to become that person. Okay, that's critical. That's what you need to understand, is that you're not going to find yourself. So I don't like this idea of buying a one-way ticket and trying to find yourself. Make yourself. I know this sounds totally sounds like self-doubt. Should I just stop doing all of this, stop listening to you, stop with the YouTube, stop with the website, and get my college degree and just be that, quote, normal guy? Long email, I know. If you ever get the chance to read this, thank you. I've attached my 2019 goals if you're curious. So, no, don't be the fucking normal guy. You can't even do it anymore. Sorry. You're too awakened. I'm not going to use the word woke anymore because it's been stolen by fucking idiots. But awakened. You've been awakened to some degree, right? We're all still sleeping, but you've been awakened and you can't go back. You can't be the normal guy. You won't be happy doing that. You need to keep on doing what you're doing. You need to keep on growing and expanding. It's going to be hard. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be painful. That's the joy in it. Is that you're overcoming these. That there's questions that you don't know the answer. That there's no clear path. It's supposed to be that way. It's good. It's good. That's how you grow. That's how you figure out who you want to become. Is by going down the unknown path, by making the path, by forging the path. That's how you become a man, by forging the path ahead. Okay, by building the self-confidence, self-reliance in yourself to know whatever path that you choose, you're going to make that path happen and make that way. So let me see if I can open up these goals. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, I guess you probably can here. So he's got 3 2019 goals, 3 core insights. Failure is bound to happen. Even when you're succeeding at high rates of achievement, it's not about failure, but rather about the way you can rebound from such failure. Totally agree. That's exactly right. No one is coming to save you. No girl, no man. No one is going to be the hero you want in your life. To live up to one's standards is irrelevant and a waste of time. Agree. It's about the level of commitment to your life. Not every day will you be magically blessed with happiness and fulfillment. Though a structured and confined commitment, you will be able to find real development and fulfillment in the process. True. This is good. Career, achieve 5,000 YouTube subscribers. I think you can definitely do that. You're on your way over 1,000. Good job. Get your Security Plus certification. Good. Sounds good. Make $1,000 online. I like it. These are good. Get an email list of 500. Excellent. Release a product. Perfect. Spiritual. Encounter God in the present through viewing life through an abundance mindset. I love that. Physical. Run a half marathon. Perfect. I like it. Romantic. Go on 3 dates with girls. They don't even have to be dates. They could totally be one-night stands. All right. But yeah, no, it's fine. It's good. Make sure you do it. And 3 in 1 year, I think you should set that goal a little higher. I think 1 a month at the minimum, maybe 2 a month. Figure out how to make that shit happen. But yeah, I like it. Social, expand my network through meeting new people. Good. I think that's pretty vague, but you're going in the right direction, man. What can I say? You're well ahead of your time. I wish I was doing what you're doing at this time, and I've given you my tips on what I think you need to work on. But you're doing awesome. Just keep on having faith in yourself. Just keep on forging. It's a hard path, but decide what you want to do and go for it, and you're going to figure this shit out. All right, that's all I got for you guys.